Another tool in the 7 essentials is basically several. People say, well, it's more than one tool, but it's needles, thread, and beeswax. They all work hand in hand. The type of assortment of needles you have, you always end up with a container. I just used an old little wooden box that was given to me by some friends. And here you can see an assortment of different types of needles. We have these round needles here, and also the smaller curved needles as well. A lot of other needles. And you see in the photograph there, a packet came from the dollar store for $1. You get a whole assortment of needles. If they snap, you just go grab some more. And the thread, we have different types. We have a nylon base with a wax on it already. This is also a nylon base they call artificial sinew. And it has a wax on it. And this here is a cotton-based thread. There's different thicknesses of it. And the beeswax works hand in hand with that, so that once you cut the amount of thread you need, you go ahead and beeswax it so it's lubricated and it slides easier into the leather. As well as when you're finished doing your entire project and you've tapped down with your mallet, you've tapped down along your seam, you can take beeswax and you can put the beeswax into the hole itself by running along your seam, and then that fills it in and waterproofs it and protects your actual stitching. So another one of the tools in the 7 essential basic tools we use in leatherwork is a rotary punch. We will talk more about regular punches, but rotary punch is one tool that kind of fits all the different categories. This one rotates around. You've seen these rotary punches all over the place. You find them in discount places and everything, and they're kind of made out of a pot metal. They're not a very good quality. You can go ahead and punch with smaller ones, into smaller, thinner leather, excuse me. But when you start to get into thicker stuff, it makes it quite difficult. You punch into it with a heavier one like this Osborne, which is available from Osborne or Tandy Leather Factory, one of these places. It works great. Rule of thumb to have is if you're using a punch, especially if you're using one of the thinner ones, put another piece of leather behind it as an anvil, not the actual anvil on it. And when you push it through, it gets a nice, clean, even punch hole through there. So here we're talking about another one of the essential tools. This is actually the straight edge, the ruler. You want to have something that is easy to move and use. If you're going to use a metal type ruler, then make sure you have some kind of backing on it. It can be cork, leather, felt, just so that way it doesn't dig in when you're actually using it to mark. You can go everything from a 2-foot right down to a 12-inch. Some people use plastic rulers. They're easier to see through. The main use of a ruler is not just to make a straight line, but also when you start to get into stitching, you want to be able to place it out, and because you want to have your spacing for your stitching, you can mark it out. Say we're doing it in 1/4 inches. You can take your awl and you can do it every 1/4 inch all the way down, and then you have a nice spacing of 1/4 inches across. If you want more of this, subscribe to our channel. And please go check out beavermountainworks.com. Look at our products, and we'd really love it if you sign up for our newsletter. Take care.